What's happening, my dear friends? Mario Pedro Gould here. You're now tuned into the Alpha Success Network, and I'm just chilling out right now in the bush, in nature, breathing in that fresh air, just communing with universal intelligence and showing my spirit some mad love. I'm having a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful afternoon. I'm feeling good, I'm thinking good, and I say that I'm gonna come over here and spread the love. I'm gonna spread the love with a very, very powerful, powerful conversation I'm gonna have with you. And the conversation is about how to feel good all the time. How to feel good all the time. If you look around you and observe how human beings operate, you will notice, or you will come to a very, very clear, indisputable conclusion that every single human being wants to feel great, wants to be happy, they want to feel good. And the ways that they go about trying to attain this feel-good feeling, this feeling of happiness, unfortunately is usually detrimental. So majority of times you'll look around you, you'll notice that people are doing a lot of external activities, to feel happy. It could be taking drugs, it could be drinking a lot of alcohol, it could be unprotected sex, it could be chasing fame, chasing fortune, just looking for recognition. Because people unfortunately believe that feeling good comes from what happens external to you. But I'm here to let you know that feeling good is actually an internal job. Joy and happiness comes from deep within us. It's a very important topic because in order to live a life of fulfillment and holistic success, it's very, very important that you, as much as you can, always vibrate a frequency of happiness, of joy, of excitement, of enthusiasm. And from your space, your center, your aura will radiate warmth, it will radiate love, it will radiate attractive vibrations which will latch on to other positive vibrations and bring those into your life. So let's get into the conversation of how do you actually get to think great thoughts as opposed to think negative thoughts. When you're thinking negative thoughts, what happens? You begin to feel very, very bad within you. You begin to feel disappointed. You begin to feel frustrated. You begin to feel discouraged. And when you go out into the world, you will notice that you are totally ineffective in connecting with other human beings, in building your business, in just doing everything that you desire. You're completely ineffective. So in order to understand how to create happiness, joy, and good thoughts, we have to look at an example of how negative thoughts are actually created and transformed into feelings and transformed into actions which are usually detrimental to your higher good. So a simple example will suffice, and it's your own unique example. I want you to go back to just this day. This 24 hours is a good test period, and go back and think about a time during the last 24 hours when you were feeling terrible, for lack of a better term. If you investigate very closely, you will discover that that feeling of not being happy or being disappointed, it began with one single thought. one single negative thought. So maybe, for example, somebody may have rejected you early on today. And at that point, when you received that rejection, you immediately created a thought in your mind that I'm not good enough. You know what I'm saying? Or maybe you failed at doing something today and you immediately created a thought of I'm not good enough. Now, right at that point when you created that thought, if you squashed it and immediately replaced it with a positive thought, then you would actually stop the train of negative thoughts from accumulating, which eventually leads to you feeling like shit. Okay? So when you think one negative thought, our mind is a very interesting mechanism. It operates by an immutable law of attraction. When you think that negative thought of I'm not good enough, you immediately begin to attract other negative thoughts into your consciousness. So it begins with I'm not good enough. Then another negative thought comes in, I will not amount to anything. Then another negative thought comes in, I am not loved. I'm going to be lonely. And before you know it, you are actually feeling terrible. You're feeling discouraged. You're feeling disappointment. And then you go out into the world and try to do something and you're unsuccessful because of the negativity that's around you. So the way you want to stop your negative thoughts is to immediately extinguish them right from the beginning. You see if there's a match and the match is in a room, it's lit. If you turn off that match immediately, the room will be safe. But if you do not turn off that match and it starts burning the carpet, before you know it, there's going to be a raging fire in the whole vicinity and it's a lot difficult to turn off the fire. So that's what you want to do when you're dealing with negative thoughts. This requires a lot of discipline, On the flip side, when you begin to feel a positive thought, then how the mind works, it looks for other positive thoughts and brings them into your consciousness. So you may have this positive thought in your mind like, I'm the man, or I'm the woman. I'm the man or I'm the woman. You may have that positive thought. And before you know it, another thought comes and says, I can do this. The next thought comes and says, I am powerful. The next thought comes in and says, I am a winner. And before you know it, you're feeling good, you're feeling great. And then when you go out into the world, your actions are more positive. You have a positive sphere around you. And you're therefore very, very, very effective in everything that you're doing. So this is very important. You require a significant amount of discipline to stop the negative thoughts the moment they begin to come into your life. Do not wait. I hear people go around and saying that they're having a shitty day. That is sad. That is sad. You can have a shitty 10 minutes, a shitty 20 minutes. If you stretch it far, you can have a shitty 1 hour, but you cannot have a shitty half day or a shitty full day. It just means that you are asleep at the gate of your mind, at the gate of your consciousness. So next time you're having negative thoughts coming into your mind, the best antidote for this, until you develop a high level of willpower, the best antidote for this is not to look externally to you and go and get external things to make you feel good, you know, because usually they're negative when you try to get external things to make you feel good. I want you to immediately change that thought to a positive thought. It's hard, it's very, very difficult, but just force yourself, discipline yourself, shake yourself. When you're feeling terrible, just shake yourself and immediately change the thought to the direct opposite of the negative thought that you're feeling. Now, even though this is difficult, the first time you actually try to do it, you may fail at doing this, but your mind begins to develop some sort of memory So next time you begin feeling bad and you try again, it becomes slightly easier to change your state. And this may take a lot of days, a lot of weeks, a lot of months, but before you know it, one year will pass by, 2 years will pass by, and nothing negative will faze you anymore, because you have trained your mind to immediately switch to the positive side of things. It's about point of view. It's about mental attitude. It's about how you perceive and see the world. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling real good right now. I'm out here in nature. What are you doing to nurture your body, mind, and soul? What are you doing to nurture your body, mind, and soul? So in conjunction with transforming your thoughts, I want you to consciously begin to show yourself a lot of love, positive love in the external world, by doing positive things that nurture you in body, mind, and spirit. For me, it is nature here today, communing with universal intelligence and sharing a brief moment of my time with you. Later on this week, I'll definitely get in some shiatsu massage, showing myself some mad love. Just having fun, just living life to the fullest. Have yourself a wonderful, wonderful next 24 hours, my dear friends. Life is a blessing.